Good morning, Mendham family. Welcome back to another vlog. I hope you guys are having an awesome start to your day. As for me, you guys, you probably know, well, I'm not going to explain it quite yet, but believe it or not, you guys, you may remember at the ending of my last vlog, I showed you guys that I got a brand new camera. I still got it with me, but there is a catch to it, you guys, because I was hoping that, since that I'm already getting paid good money, at my job at the hospital, I decided to spend just a little bit of that money, and, I wanted to try this camera out, but unfortunately, I tried to see if I could find a way to start getting some, filming done with it, but guess what? This camera does not have any switches or buttons for it to help record a video. That's right. This digital SLR camera cannot take any videos, but it can take pictures. So, that is a total bummer right there, you guys, seriously. I was so bummed out, and it really makes me upset, because I spend almost $200 on this camera. It's a used one, by the way, so really great condition, and it's a pain in the butt that this one does not take footage, so I'm so disappointed, but, well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and put it up for sale online, so if you do come across this camera on there, feel free to go ahead and purchase it, because the price on it is a used one, really great condition, so I'm going to put it on sale here later on today, so be on the lookout, you guys, for a used digital SLR camera. So anyway, what a way to start my day, but nothing I can do about it. So anyway, we'll go ahead and just move forward from that problem and see what today has in store for us. What do you want? What? What do you want? What? Are you saying T-R-E-A-T? Is that what you're saying? Yes or no? I'm trying to get him to talk to me, but he's not being specific on what he wants. Come on, tell me. What do you want? What? Alright. Alrighty, I guess since you've been good today, I guess you deserve one. He just said, yay. Didn't you hear him?
Yeah.
That was adorable. Alright, bud. I'll get you one here in a moment. You're so funny. He's so funny. I don't know what, Megan. Tell me, what do you think about Bagheera?
He's wonderful.
I know. I love him too. He's just such a cutie pie. Say hi. Can you say hi? So anyway, guys, you guys people already know that I'm a reptile lover, you guys. I love snakes, alligators, lizards, turtles, tortoises, all those kinds of stuff, you guys. And I've already done a few video topics on some great starter pet reptiles, whether it was snakes and lizards. And now we gotta go ahead and take down the top 5 best turtles for beginners. Let's just go with that. And I'm not going to jump right into it just yet, but that is topic for today, because I've been really trying to plan on it for quite some time, so let me know in the comments below and tell me what your favorite species of turtle or tortoise is, you guys, because I honestly don't really have a favorite one, so I just think they're all cute. So, but anyway though, that is going to be the topic. So, but first off, I gotta go ahead and clean up my girl Ariel's cage, because this is what she did. That's right, she actually just shed her skin not too long ago, so I'm obviously going to go ahead and clean this up, and then we'll go ahead and just jump right into it for the day, you guys, and let me know in the comments below and tell me how your day is going. Now, before I start talking about a great choice for you guys for getting a pet turtle or a tortoise, whatever you guys are interested in, obviously, it's really your choice on which one you think you'll be interested in picking out, It's not I'm not telling you to go ahead and say this is the best turtle to get, you guys. These are some of the ones that I feel like are best options for people out there. Like if you're just getting the turtles, these are gonna be great beginner starters for you. So starting off here, you guys, with this one we're starting off with is the painted turtle. Now obviously painted turtles are very common here in my home state, Michigan, you guys. As a matter of fact, a little fun fact too, the painted turtle, believe it or not, is the state reptile of Michigan, you guys. The Michigan state reptile is the painted turtle. So, pretty cool fun fact right there for you. And they are super duper common to find in my area, you guys. You can find them almost in any source of water, whatever, if it's like a ditch or a little puddle. Sometimes you can even find them, like I said, maybe in a creek or something as well. Very common in lakes as well, you guys. So, and usually if the water's really calm there and there's enough murky vegetation for them to hide in, they'll usually hide in that kind of stuff. So, obviously they don't get too big. They're maybe close to about 8 to 10 inches in diameter, not too big. And they are known to actually be kind of social, believe it or not. I've seen them in the wild in groups, believe it or not. Sometimes I've seen a group of like 6, maybe 7 painted turtles on one log together, so it's not uncommon to see that, but you can actually see them. I've heard of reports, actually, believe it or not, of some stacking together up to close to maybe like 30 or 40 of them together in a group, which is a pretty big number for a small species of turtle, but still absolutely amazing. And of course, they do have a long lifespan, which is fantastic. Some have been recorded up to about 50 years, so very long time pet for any of you guys who are interested in them. But one thing I do recommend is that I don't recommend getting a painted turtle out of the wild, you guys, even if it's just a little hatchling, because, I mean, obviously, the baby just hatched, was born out in the wilderness, and it's probably just learning to thrive out in its natural habitat. But, so, probably the best thing to do is actually look online to see if there are any of them that have been captive born in captivity, you guys, or even captive breeding going on, all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, their diets also says here, according to this, and believe it or not, you guys, I'm no turtle expert, really, because I don't keep turtles or tortoises here. I'm more of a snake guy, so but I'm just providing much information that I've seen on here as I can. Obviously, one of the diets is turtle pellets. You guys know that you can find those at your local pet store or like at a little flea market, I believe. More like at a little bit of a food market or something, They do actually eat parts of crickets, little bits of mealworms, and of course, actually, it says they even eat guppies. So that's kind of a good diet around there. But really, anything that you see in the wild, a turtle has any interest in, whether if it's like a little grub, or maybe, like I said, some worms, or even, like I said, buy some turtle pellets at your local pet shop, because they do provide them, actually, at the one not far from my house here. So, obviously, if you guys are interested in a painted turtle, I recommend you guys go ahead and actually look online. The price of them is very positive about them. They are very cheap, very affordable pets. Online, I think I've seen them, they cost maybe like roughly $20-$25 a piece, so super duper cheap to afford for sure, and they are a gorgeous looking turtle for sure. Enclosure size, probably I'd say about close to a 20-gallon tank is what I recommend for an adult painted turtle. 20-gallon aquarium for them, because obviously, one, they are going to need an area to bask, and get some sun for themselves, and obviously there is going to be in one half of the enclosure is obviously going to have to actually be enough water for the turtle to completely submerge in as well, but so obviously that's very important without a doubt. So, and also a quick disclaimer to you guys, all turtles and tortoise species, you guys, they all need UV lighting, because obviously turtles in the wild, they're always getting UV lights, you guys, from the sun rays, that actually help them actually stay very, it's almost like a solar panel in a way, if I can remember it that way. But believe it or not, I have seen problems with people keeping turtles in captivity, not that they do not use UV lighting. There actually can be deformities in their shell, you guys. It's actually a metabolic bone disease that actually can develop on the turtles and tortoises' shells, and that happens when they don't get proper UV lighting, you guys. So very important thing there if you guys are interested in getting a turtle or a tortoise. So just remember that, you guys, if you're getting into it. So bigger, I actually wanted to also put that quick disclaimer out there for you. So definitely recommend for any species that you guys get, including painted turtles. Okay, so for this next one, for a beginner pet turtle, you guys, kind of really took me by surprise here, and it was not exactly one of the few that I would expect to be as a beginner pet turtle, but regardless, I'll go ahead and just tell you guys what it is. It is a razor-backed musk turtle, you guys. That's right, a razor-backed musk turtle, and I never really thought about them actually being a beginner pet turtle for some people, and really I always thought maybe one of them could have been like, I don't know, besides a musk turtle. I can't, you know what, I guess there's really none that I can think of, to be totally honest with you, but I guess a musk turtle is a good one for another starter for people that get into turtles. Obviously, their lifespan is not exactly as long as like that of a painted turtle. Normally, in captivity, they would last around normally about 10 to about 20 years. 20 years at max, you guys. And obviously, they do require a very similar aquarium gallon size, similar to a painted turtle, but the minimum size some people recommend is actually about, at the start, about a 20-gallon. Yes, that's right, a 20-gallon. That's because, obviously, these turtles, they don't get quite large, only around maybe like 6-7 inches at most. They do require, though, still quite a bit of space to swim around in, so obviously you won't see them too often basking on land, but still you want to have something for them, obviously, if they want to go somewhere to bask up and heat up to start the day. So obviously that's one thing for sure. And it's kind of not too much different that compared to a painted turtle, to be honest with you. Obviously, you're definitely going to need some realistic environment in the water, like some fake plants, maybe some specific type of like bottom like bedding or something, whether if it's like little bits of gravel, like some stones or something like that. I would go with stones maybe, possibly. And obviously, one thing's for sure, definitely UV light. Again, like I said, all turtles and tortoises do need UV lighting because for their shells, you guys, if they don't have that, they can develop metabolic bone disease, you guys, which can cause deformity on their shells, which is not really good, you guys. As a matter of fact, here's a picture of what that would look like on a turtle of having metabolic bone disease. So not a pretty sight now, right? Regardless, I really never expected a musk turtle being a great starter pet, but hey, since it is recommended by some professionals, so that's a really good one, I guess. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Alright, so this next one is a really, actually, kind of a common one in the pet trade too. And obviously this next one is box turtles, you guys. Now there are a few different species of box turtles. There's the North American varieties, and there's even Asian box turtles out there. And of course the eastern box turtle, you guys, which is a native Michigan species, believe it or not, is pretty common found here in the pet trade. But I haven't seen one here up north here in my home state, so that's because we don't have any living out here in the wild anyway. But what I'm trying to say is that they are very, very common species. But however, you guys, there is a few things that are quite different for box turtles compared to other species of turtles. And that's because box turtles, believe it or not, are not aquatic turtles. That's right, they are not aquatic, and that's actually because they are mostly seen more in a completely different environment. Usually like dense forest area, you guys, whether if it's like a bit like damp in a way, or if it's just kind of typical, you know, like mid-humidity range, you guys. And obviously, they still require a water dish, you guys. There's no doubt about it, but you don't want it to be maybe too deep, maybe not too shallow either, where maybe it can fit half of its body weight in the water, but where it can also still climb out. So, and obviously some people have even recommended actually keeping your box turtle even outside, and that's because, you know, they're not a very big turtle, but they do like to move around a lot, you guys, like explore in like quite a bit of open area, you guys. So, and they obviously are recommending a much big enclosure for them, not like a 20-gallon terrarium, kind of like my corn snake Ariel is in, you guys. They're definitely going to need something a lot bigger than that. Because obviously, like I said, these guys are very curious. They love to explore all around, you guys, taking a look around what could be available. And these guys are normally omnivores, but they're mostly more like towards like eating like vegetables, all sorts, like lettuce, sometimes maybe a little bit of like peach or apple. Maybe even sometimes would offer them maybe a berry or something. I don't know. I never seen one eat a berry, but regardless though, still a really neat pet to have, you guys. And believe it or not, you guys, here's another little fun fact too. My aunt, when she was about my age, a little bit younger than me, she actually rescued a baby box turtle downstate, and she kept it actually for only a short time. That's because it was literally going into the fall, you guys. It was getting cold outside, and she found this tiny little baby box turtle that only was maybe not even a month old, and she found it, and obviously it was cold outside, so she decided to bring it into the house because winter was just starting, and she kept it throughout the entire winter until it was warm enough outside, and she re-released it back out into the wilderness, you guys. And so it was not a permanent pet, but she just like kept it almost like letting it, like keeping it refuge, you know, so it doesn't freeze to death outside. So really cool story from her. But regardless though, obviously I'm glad she didn't keep it as a permanent pet, because since it was born in the wild, you guys, it probably wouldn't do too well for that long. So obviously I'm glad she re-released it into the wilderness when spring came back. So still a really cool pet though, and there are a few variety of subspecies to actually select from, you guys. So let me know if you guys think box turtles make really good pets or not. So obviously I feel like they sound like they do, but there is a few pros and cons to it though. So but like I said, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Okay, so you guys knew obviously what the last turtle was, and obviously, last but not least, it is obviously recognized as the most popular pet turtle in the reptile community, and obviously that is the Redeared Slider turtle. And obviously, Redeared Sliders are like probably the most common turtle that you can ever find in a pet shop anywhere, to be honest with you, because it's actually not because of how easy to care for, but it's also their temperament and also their how social they are, you guys. They're known to be pretty social, not too much of a biter, and obviously they have been really easy to care for obvious reasons. But one of the few things too about Redeared Sliders is they actually can get a little bit larger than compared to, like, let's say a painted turtle or even a box turtle for that matter, because Those guys get around 4, 5, 6 inches long usually, but for red-eared sliders, these guys, their habits are recorded to about 10, 12 inches, you guys, in size, which that's a pretty good size pink turtle right there, don't you think? So, and obviously, one thing's for sure, a 10 or a 20-gallon aquarium is not going to hold a adult red-eared slider for sure, not even a 20-gallon, like I said. So, obviously, if you're hoping to house an adult red-eared slider in the future, best minimum required size aquarium is definitely a 40-gallon tank, you guys. So, and obviously, you definitely, what was I going to say too? Obviously, like I said, all turtles need UV lighting because of that metabolic bone disease. Again, I'm sorry if I'm saying that too many times, but this is very, very important information. And obviously, the water temperature has to clearly stay between 75, 80 degrees, you guys, because they are typically found in the southern part of the United States, where the waters are usually warmer down there than compared to, let's say, up north here in Michigan, you guys, where it's pretty cold most of the year. So, obviously, a very affordable pet. Sometimes I've seen red-eared sliders can go for babies about 20 bucks a piece, so a pretty cheap turtle to actually find, you guys, at a local pet shop or on a reptile dealership or something like that. But regardless, though, water temperature is important to stay clear of, and they also do need area to climb up on land. So these guys are semi-aquatic. You'll see them at times on land or in the water. So an area for them to climb up to on land is obviously a basking spot close to about 90 degrees Fahrenheit for them to do that. And so very, very important for that. What are you doing? What are you doing, Bagheera? So regardless, you guys, really an easy turtle to care for. Unfortunately, though, they are cute and adorable as babies, but like I said, you guys, these animals do grow. Just like snakes and lizards, all that kind of stuff, you guys. They're going to grow and become big. Some reach 3, 4 feet long at times, but not saying any turtle species would get that big anyway, but who knows how big some would get anyway. But anyway, I hope you guys now understand on some of the few best pet turtles for starters if you guys are interested in getting one. And of course, you guys do need to do your research again on several occasions before you start actually thinking about getting one, because I've noticed some people just all of a sudden just like to just go to the pet shop and all of a sudden just buy a cute animal, whether it's like a little snake or a chameleon or something like that, without doing their research, you guys. So it's obviously very important to do that kind of stuff before you go ahead and actually go ahead and buy your animal. So it's kind of like planning it, you know, you got to think ahead of it before you start doing this kind of stuff. So, and that's what I did with my collection of animals. I actually did my research before I decided to go ahead and buy these animals, because I wanted to make sure that I had enough knowledge, the right room, and actual supplies for these kind of animals. So regardless, I hope you guys understand that. So obviously, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this vlog up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just say goodnight to you guys. Obviously, a little different outro here for you guys, because I obviously gotta shut this camera down before the battery dies. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I promise I'll see you guys on the next one.